Yo, what's good? It's your boy. We back at it. New video. I wanted to do a video touching on the topic of how to pull up your birth chart for beginners via astroseek.com. I really like this site a lot, so we're gonna keep it real simple. So this is the main page for AstroSeek right here. And what I want you to do is basically, if you're trying to pull up your birth chart, you want to go to free horoscope, or under the free horoscope tab, you want to go to birth natal chart online calculator, right? So click on that basically, and you want to scroll down right here. This is the calculator. So you're gonna put your time and date of birth here. Now, if you don't know your time of birth, refer to the video that I made on how to find your accurate chart without your time of birth, basically. I think it was entitled like astrological secret, no birth time, how to find your accurate chart, yeah, without your time. So refer to that video. I'll leave a link in this video basically. But if you have your time, if you have your you want to go by your natal time, basically what's on your birth certificate if you have that. And so we're gonna make up a random time as if this were you. We'll say February, let's say the 13th. Let's say 1985, and let's say that this person or you were born at, let's say, 10:04 a.m. in the morning. And then let's say you were born in Miami, Florida. So you're gonna click that. If you want, you can tamper with the house systems. It's common for Placidus house systems to be used. So I'm gonna keep it there. Where you can scroll down, right? Um, these are just different minor aspects. If you want to select these, you don't have to though. I would keep it at tropical. This is more the western scale or zodiac basically. And yeah, we can create the chart, right? So we are going to scroll down, and this will be your birth chart. So you basically you want to familiarize yourself with this. I know when you first starting out, this can look like a foreign language. Basically, it can look kind of unfamiliar. Um, but we all had to start somewhere. So there was a time I had to start. I didn't know none of this shit basically. So there's different tabs up here. When you click on custom graphics, depending on how you customize your settings, it can show like the degrees. Um, yeah, it can show the degrees basically of each planet in terms of where they are within the zodiac. Each sign will be 30 degrees. So if you look, for instance, right here, this would be 5 degrees in Sagittarius. This would be 10 degrees where this next darker line is. This is 15. This is 20, 25, and then the end is 30, right? So this tells you the moon, for instance, was at 11 degrees in Sagittarius, and it's in this person's eighth house. So you can look at the shape basically of your chart. This is going to highlight this right here, right? You can read actually about the horoscope characteristics by clicking on this, and then you can scroll down once you find out which chart and read about the different shapes that has meaning too. Um, Table aspects. Basically, the aspects are the relationship between the planets. This is a grid right here, or a table. For instance, this will show a connection between the moon right here and Mars. This will be making a trine aspect. So this is when they're give or take 120 degrees away. So if we go back and look in your chart, or look in this person's chart, we said the moon and Mars. The moon right here we talked about is at 11 degrees. We got Mars and Aries at 8 degrees. So this is about a trine. And you can see the aspect of blue lines right here. These are trines. I did a video on aspect too. I'll link it, of course, in the video. So you can learn more about the aspects. But these are the trines. The blue lines are sextiles and trines. So this is a sextile right here from Neptune to Pluto. This is a trine from Mars and Venus to the moon, basically, right? Blue lines are more harmonious, soft aspects is what they would call them. The red lines are oppositions and squares. These are what give us more of a struggle, a harder time, or it can be tension, basically, within our personality. And we can see it as these planets can represent certain people too, as well as the houses. So, we talked about the shape, aspects, positions. This could talk about like dominant elements, planets, things of this nature. You can also come over here and see if you see where we got the sun all the way to Pluto, and you can see, the sun for this person is in Aquarius in the 11th house. So if we look over here, the sun is in the sign of Aquarius in the 11th house. So this will show you the degrees over here in the house, basically. These numbers right here are the houses, and these are the degrees within that sign that it's in. Another thing to note is in Placidus, this basically will show you when you look under houses, which house is on the cusp, right? I mean, which sign is on the cusp of the certain house. So the ascendant, this person has an Aries ascendant. When we look over here, this is the ascendant, the eastern horizon when this person was born. It changes about every 2 hours. And Aries ascendant right here, as we see. The second house, when we go right here to the cusp, it's coming into the sign of Taurus, right? So when we look right here, over here, Taurus is showing up. And Gemini will be in the third house. This chart doesn't have any interceptions, which is what they would call it, or duplicated signs. So all these are pretty much following through in zodiacal order, basically, for this person. Um, Down here is the elements within this chart. This chart has a lot of fire, so this is a fiery person, basically, right? And you can scroll down. Why I like Astro Seek is because, for instance, you can come down here. You can read about this person having an Aries ascendant, right? You can read about it, and you can also read about the ruler of Aries is Mars, right? Then you can read about Mars where it's at in the chart. It says it's in the 12th house. This is the ruler or the chart ruler. So we look back up here. Aries ruler Mars is in that 12th house. That has a certain meaning too for the person. So you can read about your 10th house, which is career, reputation, status. You can read about the planets, if any, that are there. It says this person has Jupiter in the 10th house, and that would have a certain meaning as well. If you want to, you can click on it and it will take you down to Jupiter. This person has Jupiter in Aquarius in the 10th house. You can look at the aspects to that Jupiter right here. But yeah, you can read about all of your planets. This person has Mars in Aries, and also Mars is in the 12th house. And you want to read about what these things mean, right? Watch plenty of videos. This is how you familiarize yourself with this. You want to watch videos on YouTube or read about these placements, read about the aspects. It takes time though. Talks about the moon phase that this person was born under. They were born under a waning moon. This is a plug. I made a video on um basically, well, this is kind of separate, but I made a video on following basically how to find the transiting moon or the moon cycle that it's in. I may need to do a video though on moon phases, but that's another story. So yeah, you can again read about your chart and the planets. Uh let's see. These are the main aspects right here, which have meaning. Let me see. Scroll down. Oh, excuse me. Let me scroll up. Last thing I want to state is me. So these are also other references, right? So if you're more into the Hellenistic route, you can go to traditional chart. So pull up your traditional Hellenistic chart. This is going to be a little different from more so modern, as you see. Um, as this chart is a little bit different, right? In Hellenistic astrology, there's 5 different dignities, whereas modern astrology more so uses the 2 main ones. Uh, and let's see, yeah, for instance, if you want to go to your sidereal chart, click on this tab. Under here, you have the divisional, basically, and that's about it. Could play around with it. Familiarize yourself And yeah, that's the video for you. So this is how to pull up your birth chart. Keep it very simple. I know it's a lot when you first starting out, but stick to it, you know what I mean? And learn more about yourself. All right, y'all, peace.